Hello parents and students of the Muroc Joint Unified School District. My name is Kevin Cordes. I'm the district superintendent, and I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. Just as a heads up, if you have students in multiple schools, this video message will be embedded, this exact same message at the beginning of each of the videos, but we have a video provided for each school site. I would like to thank those who joined in with us. We utilize the district office staff and our own children to shoot these video clips. It is intended to demonstrate the policies, procedures that we are putting in place beginning April 12th as we begin to offer in-person instruction again in each of our school sites. For those who are going to utilize our distance learning model, I just want to clarify exactly what that will look like. For students in transitional K through the 6th grade, we will be using a model that is similar to distance learning in the past, where 30 minutes of direct instruction will be provided at a minimum for each of those students by their teacher. But the remainder of the day will be asynchronous work, or work that they will do on their own as if they were an independent study. So every day they will be able to talk with their peers that are doing distance learning and their teacher for a minimum of 30 minutes, and the remainder of the day will be in the other manner. For students who are in high school, or junior high and high school, I should say, 7th through 12th grades, we will be implementing something that's closer to more of a collegiate model. It's easier to do with students who are at older grade levels where the teacher tends to be at the front of the room and teaching. We'll set up a camera, and those students will be able to watch and participate from home. If at any time you are to decide as a family that you would like to switch and perhaps go from distance learning to in-person learning, we will be able to do that for you. Or if you would like to transition back to distance learning, we can do that as well. For those students who are going to attend in person, I want to be very, very clear that we're doing everything we can to keep your children safe, including asking them to join in with us, and you as well. So face mask enforcement will be absolutely mandatory. I would like to consider this kind of for students, this is the first warning of sorts, that we expect them to wear their masks throughout the day. Now, when they're younger, say in kindergarten, that is a lot different of a discussion than someone who is 17 years old and is a senior in high school. And we'll give some leniency to students who might be younger in our learning. But especially as they get older, we will expect, in fact, we will demand that students follow our safety procedures. Failure to do so will mean that students will have to go into distance learning. We're hoping that students who come to school and choose to do so in person will find it a rewarding and enjoyable experience. It's going to look different. COVID-19 has changed the way that we do a lot of things. We won't be able to include parents in the ways that we have in the past for the next few weeks while we finish out this school year as well. I just want to be clear that every procedure and everything that we put in place is to keep your child as safe as we possibly can. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We're also going to put out a FAQ, or frequently asked questions document, that you'll be able to access on our district website page. If you have any questions after watching the video and reading those documents, feel free to reach out to your site principal for clarification. And your site principal will also be reaching out regarding releases. You'll see in the video that we didn't shoot how each site will be releasing at the end of each day. Our schools on base are all brand new and are still under some sort of construction. Or have been wrapping up. And so those procedures are being worked on as we speak. For those students in Boron, it's usually pretty easy when they go home. They either usually use district transportation, or they walk or ride a bike, or get picked up by a parent, but not a lot of that. So that's pretty normal. That's going to be pretty easy. But for those parents on base, especially at the elementary schools, who will be wondering, where do I pick up my child exactly? We'll be having information coming out to you from your site principal. We're also going to be including some maps in these videos. We hope to be able to clarify in those maps perhaps as well where you might be able to pick up your child. But clarification on pickup at the end of the day will be forthcoming from your child's principal. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch this. and we hope that you have a wonderful day. This map is to demonstrate where students will be able to enter the school each school day. For those students that use district transportation, all students will be checked with a temperature check and will receive hand sanitation prior to entering the bus. If a student for any reason forgets a mask, we will have masks available. This will also be the case throughout the school day if a student were to need an additional mask. As students enter the bus, they will begin filling the bus at the back and then moving forward with assigned seating. Students will be separated following CDC guidance. As the buses arrive at the school site, students will also be helped to exit the bus. Students will exit working from the front and working back towards the rear of the school bus. Because these students have had their temperatures checked and have had hand sanitizer, they'll be able to just come straight onto the campus through the designated entry points. For students who walk to school or who are dropped off by parents, they will be able to go to multiple locations as designated on the map to have their temperatures checked and have hand sanitation. In each classroom, on every desk, a partition will be provided, which is see-through, which will allow for students to remain safe as they sit in class. For high school students, they will be able to clean their desk before they leave at the end of every period, and then spend a moment to clean their desk when they also arrive in a new class. In addition to our normal cleaning procedures, enhanced safety protocols will be used, including air ionization units in all of our HVAC and evaporative cooler systems, as well as fogging machines. These will be utilized every day. At the junior-senior high schools, we will also have additional markings so that during passing periods, students can socially distance and do so safely. In all places throughout the campus and throughout the school day, students will be expected to wear a mask. These students are in the cafeteria. As they come through, they will be socially distanced, receive their food, be able to go out and sit inside, but also as much as possible outside as weather permits. For those students that are sitting inside and at cafeteria tables, they will do so following CDC guidelines and being spaced appropriately. Each school site has at least one touchless water bottle filler as well. During nutrition and lunch periods, students will have the opportunities to sit with their peers. They will still need to socially distance and wear their masks unless they're eating, but they will have opportunities to visit with one another. The district is also providing additional support to monitor students during these times. Recognizing that students have not seen each other for a long time, we will have to be very careful to ensure that students follow all of the guidelines to socially distance. For those students who arrive after the start of the school day, parents need to bring them into the office to be checked in. Students will have their temperatures checked, receive hand sanitation, and be able to come into the school provided that their temperature is below 100.4. We would like for parents to drop their students off and bring them into the office in the event that they are unable to attend school that day due to their temperature. Each school site will utilize a health room, as we always have. In addition to this, we will also have an isolation room, specifically for students who are demonstrating COVID-19 symptoms. so that parents can be called to come and pick up their student. Students will be monitored directly in this area. At the conclusion of each day, junior senior high school students will be released from the school. Those using district transportation will be loaded onto the school buses and driven home. Those who are released to parents will be able to do so in the parking lot, and those students who walk or otherwise have arrived at school will be able to use the same modes of transportation to go back home. We hope that this video has been helpful for you to see what our protocols and procedures will be. If you have any further questions or would like clarification regarding your specific school site, please feel free to reach out to your site principal. Thank you again for watching this video, and have a wonderful day.